Somewhere in the recesses of human nature lurks the most gruesome part of mankind, a desire in some to do harm to others, a crime of passion, mischief, or financial gain. A crime manifested in a bloody episode leading to the loss of life. It is in this dark world where we find Dr. Henry Lee, a surveyor of this grotesque landscape. He's a criminologist, a world-renowned forensic expert who always arrives after the fact to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Through physical evidence, he goes back in time to reenact a crime and find the party responsible for the heinous act.
The scientific truth is to provide clue, shows what did happen, how did it happen, when did it happen, where did it happen, and who is responsible for it. Whether or not person guilty or not, that's not the forensic scientist's job. We have to leave that to the court. Our job is to find any evidence. Let that evidence speak for itself.
Dr. Henry Lee, 60 years old this month, is best known for his involvement in the O.J. Simpson case, in which he testified as a forensic expert. He's also been to international incidents such as Bosnia to view mass graves, and he's been asked to survey infamous crime scenes such as the JonBenet Ramsey case in Colorado. Today, however, his main responsibility is as Commissioner of Public Safety in Connecticut, the head of the state police. One might argue, the most celebrated policeman in the country. Dr. Lee says his recent appointment brings him full circle, a destiny not even he could have predicted. In a small village near Shanghai in 1938, Henry Lee was the last of 13 children born to a well-to-do family. The Civil War, however, forced the Lee family to move from China to Taiwan, but he says not before his father was killed by communists. The Lee family would lose all their money, along with the head of household.
When I was young, I remember many times we have to go to bed without any food. Every year, I still remember when I was in elementary school, only one pair of shoes. We try to save the shoes, protect the shoes. Usually, we leave the house, wear the shoes. Once we get out of the house, we take shoes off, barefooted, walk to school.
Originally, Henry Lee was going to maritime school to be a ship captain, but a scholarship to the Taiwan Central Police College forced him to change course in midstream. After graduation, he worked his way up to Taipei police captain before coming to the United States. After receiving a series of degrees in areas such as biochemistry and forensic science, he came to the University of New Haven. Students convinced him that he should join the effort to start a forensics department there in 1975. He says he fell in love with Connecticut. In New York, he had 16 locks on the door, but when he came to Connecticut, he was pleasantly surprised by its friendly people, including one woman who came to his door bearing gifts after he and his wife, Margaret, moved in.
I see a lady with a dish of cookie or something. I thought that's Girl Scout cookie time. So I took $2, opened the gap on my door, stick my hand out, say, "Lady, I'm not interested in cookie. Here's $2, my donation." She said, "No, I'm not selling any cookie. I'm your neighbors. I bake a fresh pie for you to welcome to the neighborhood." And I feel a little embarrassed, and people are very nice.
In 1979, he became Connecticut's first chief criminalist and then the director of the State Police Forensic Laboratory. Today, he's being asked to right the ship called the State Department of Public Safety.
Leading a ship, or leading a laboratory, or leading a State Police Department of Public Safety, basically, same thing. You have to have some management skill. You have to have some technical skill. Of course, you have to have interpersonal skill. How to work people together, become a team. A ship, captain cannot run the ship by itself. Laboratory director, you cannot run the whole lot by yourself. Department of Public Safety, State Police, same way. You need good people work together.
Lee's frantic yet organized schedule starts early in the morning, sometimes meeting with prosecutors going over one of the many cases on his desk.
So the shooter, let's say, now we do this.
Yep.
30 degree is much sharper. Has to be front.
Oh, I see how you're figuring. All right, okay. I was doing it a different way.
Different
Angle.
From there, a typical day almost always includes contact with members of the public, often young people, like this group of DARE students who came by recently on a visit.
Okay, which grade you're in?
We're both in seventh.
Seventh. What's your favorite subject?
I like math, sort of.
Math.
Contact with the public almost always means fielding a question about his most infamous case.
Oh, I was wondering about the O.J. Simpson case. Just what happened?
What happened? Okay, as a scientist, forensic scientist, our responsibility is to find a scientific fact, then relay this scientific fact to the court of law. No more, no less. That case, just not enough scientific evidence. Also, some of the evidence obviously have question.
One of the byproducts of having Dr. Lee as the head of public safety is the attention he draws wherever he goes, as was the case at IRS offices in Hartford. On this day, he promotes the need for a computer forensics training program.
So it's a new challenge for law enforcement community. We have to combat the computer crime.
His celebrity brings attention to the advancements in the department, advancements that he says brings the Department of Public Safety into the 21st century.
In 3 months period of time, we received $70 million of federal grant to raise the manpower strength level, added another 226 troopers. We got another $1 million for new technology to have laptops, terminal, computers for our cruiser. So we can get the information actually serve the public instead of just hand the public a ticket. The department goes through the transformation now, become a more friendly, services-oriented police department.
To accomplish what he has means 18 hours a day, many of which are spent in the car between meetings where much of his administrative work is done. As a retired employee, he's not supposed to work more than 120 days. He works 360 a year. Excuse this expression, but if you were to die tomorrow,
Yes.
and they did an autopsy on you, a forensic expert,
Right.
what would they find?
Or a normal person. That's why a lot of my friends want to find what I'm drinking, what I'm eating, and what I made up. I try to tell them, over 40 years now, I probably helping, assist law enforcement community investigate about 6,000 major cases. I haven't had a single case somebody worked to death yet.
The end of this day brought a new crime investigation, a case of arson, which in the hands of Dr. Lee has a better than good chance of getting solved. In our next Connecticut Journal, we'll take a closer look at the cases that have haunted Connecticut families and were solved by the amazing Dr. Henry Lee.